So I've hauled quite a few Arab perfumes recently, so I wanted to come and do a little haul for you guys, tell you guys my thoughts on them. So I'm gonna start with the Harem Al Sultan Gold because I didn't want to leave it out. I have already reviewed both the oil and the perfume. I'll have that video linked below. But I do really enjoy this scent. It's like a fresh, citrusy, fruity, woody musk fragrance. It has a nice creaminess. It's a bit tropical, and I think the woody aspect makes it unisex. Next, I have Kissa Pink. To me, this smells like Social Rosa 62, the Brazilian Crush, or like that Bum Bum scent. It smells like that, but a more fruity version. It smells like they added maybe like a apple juice note or something like that, and maybe like coconut. It still has that nutty, sweet, vanilla, syrupy scent that's in the Social Rosa, but it's not as nutty for me as in the Social Rosa, probably because of that added fruitiness. And it's a bit powdery as well, which I don't really pick up much of in the Social Rosa. Still fresh, so even though it has that sweetness, it's not overly sweet to where you couldn't wear it in the heat. I do like this one. I don't love it, and it has a good performance. That's one thing I've noticed about Arab perfumes. They last, they project, and it seems like you can just get the projection stronger by the more that you apply it. Next, I have Samha, which is my second most recent haul. In the container, it smells super juicy, tart, berry fruity, and on the skin it has like a tart, juicy, sour cherry scent, and with the other notes it almost smells like a sour cherry or a sour blue raspberry candy, but there's also underlying powderiness. But this one is potent. It surprised me. I slick put too much on the first time I wore it, not realizing how strong it was gonna be. Next, I have my most recent haul, and this is Yara Tous. So since this is the one that I picked up most recently, I still need to spend a bit more time with it. I've only worn it once, but based on my first wear, it's just a warm, bright, tropical, solar floral fragrance. And what I mean by solar floral is like those tropical coconut kind of suntan-y fragrances. That's what this gives. It also smells like some other solar floral fragrances as well. I feel like it's kind of redundant. Like I said, I'm gonna have to wear it some more, but it does smell really good. The longevity for this is really good and it projects really well. I could smell it all around me when I had it on, and I say I could smell it like that for a good like 4 hours or so. But as far as how long it lasts, I say at least 8 hours. So next I have Boutique by Aroma Concepts. Like everybody says, initially it does smell like watermelon candy. To me, like a sour watermelon candy. Like a watermelon Sour Patch Kid or something, because it's still sweet along with that touch of sourness. It's not super sour, but to me it's not like straight up just a candy scent. It has like this fresh aquatic feel to it as well, and is a bit clean and musky as well. There's a touch of soapiness to it, and I also on the skin pick up a bit of greenness as well, so it's a bit dewy. This is really pretty, perfect for hot weather. I've worn it out. This one is one of my faves. I love this. There's something about it that just makes me happy when I smell it. Longevity wise, this one lasts probably about 6 hours. It doesn't last as long as some of the other ones, and projection wise it's a moderate projector. You're gonna be able to smell it in the air around you, and other people will be able to smell it, but I say after about 2 hours maybe it becomes a bit closer to the skin. You'll still be able to smell it or get the occasional whiff, but it won't project as much as it did when you first applied it. So yeah, I will have this one linked below for anybody who is interested. So this next one was going viral, and I happened upon some of the videos that went viral, and the way it was being described, I'm like, I have to try that. But this one is just called Yummy Pink, I believe. And this is the bottle that I chose. They have different bottles to choose from, so you can pick the bottle that you want, and I think the seller fills them once you pick the bottle. So most of the reviews are saying this one smelled tropical, smelled like pineapple juice, and I also saw a video that mentioned that there was no woodiness or musk. So that really intrigued me, because with most Arab perfumes in the dry down I get that woody scent. So I was like, I wonder what one would smell like without it. I do get woodiness though, and pretty prominently. I can smell it here in the bottle and then also on my skin, especially once it dries down. I do think it's tropical, juicy, fruity, sweet. To me, it smells like, yes, pineapple juice, like fresh squeezed pineapple juice, but also like strawberries, like ripe, sweet strawberries. And then there's that underlying woodiness, and then there's a creamy musk that I pick up as well. I think that creamy musk in combination with the fruity notes is giving me like a sweet, creamy, maybe strawberry and pineapple candy scent. So maybe strawberry, pineapple, starburst. That woodiness in the musk, I think they both ground the fragrance and keeps it from being like just a straight up fruit juice scent, which I personally wouldn't have minded. But I do still really like this fragrance even with that woodiness. And as far as longevity, this lasts really long, like 8 hours or so. Projection, it projects moderately. It's not a super strong projector, but you're gonna smell it when you're wearing it. Other people will be able to smell you. When I first smelled this one and the other one I'm gonna tell you about, they reminded me of Pink Chiffon, but sweeter, more creamy. This one is less tart regarding like the fruitiness. So like that sweet, fruity, candy, musky fragrance that you get with that. That's what it reminds me of, just to give you like a frame of reference. And this also has an added woody element to it. So if you like woody, creamy, fruity fragrances, I think you'll enjoy this one. So the next one I have here is Samha. I think that's how you pronounce it. I could be wrong, but look at that gorgeous bottle. This one to me is like Yummy Pink's fraternal twin. They smell very similar to me, to the point to where I feel like it might be a little bit redundant to have them both, but there are slight differences that I can pinpoint in them. So you still get that starburst scent over that like creamy musk and woody fragrance. I feel like the woodiness in Samha is more toned down than it is in the Yummy Pink, but it has a more potent strawberry note. So it's like a tart, sweet, juicy, candy strawberry scent that's brightening your face, especially like right in the opening. With this one, I don't start getting the woodiness until deeper into the dry down. So after about 2-3 hours, that's when I start smelling more of the woodiness along with the fruitiness and that creamy musk. Of these two personally, I tend to prefer Samha just because the woodiness is more toned down in it on my skin, and because that fruitiness in the opening is just so juicy and tart and bright. It's like a tutti fruity strawberry scent in the opening. Very fruity. But again, they both smell similar to Cream Chiffon. I'd say this one even more so since it's strawberry based, and I think Cream Chiffon is berry based as well, and because the woodiness is more toned down. But they smell like more like elevated versions of that scent. That makes sense because of the additional depth that they have to them. But yeah, really like this one. Probably one of my faves as well, just in general, because I do really enjoy this one. I've been into more fruity scents as of recently, like I mentioned, and quite frankly, all I've been buying recently are Arab fragrances. I don't know what it is. They have me in the chokehold right now, and I haven't been wearing the ones that I have very much ever since I've been picking these up either. So next I have another one of my favorites, and it is Tas Marina. I love the bottle. It's so pretty, isn't it? But this one, just like the other one, it makes me so happy when I smell it. It just smells very like fresh and invigorating. It also is another one of those aquatic fruity scents. This one is like a tropical orange fragrance. It's a very sweet tropical orange, not super zesty or tangy. It smells kind of like a blood orange to me because it does have like other fruitiness to it as well. I almost did not pick this up and I was gonna be missing out. I thought by the name Marina that it was gonna be like one of those fragrances that has like a C note or something that smells super like mineralistic. I don't really like those types of fragrances, so the name kind of threw me off, but I started reading through some of the reviews on it and I'm like, that sounds really good. So yeah, tropical orange, maybe even coconut, but like coconut water, because like I said, fresh and aquatic. There's also, I think, a peach note in it, if I'm not mistaken. Like fresh, picked, juicy, ripe peaches, which is adding more of that juicy, fruity sweetness. This also has a grapefruit note in it that you can smell as well. But again, it's sweet as opposed to super like zesty or tangy. It's really good. It is still tangy, don't get me wrong, because I mean citrus, obviously it's tangy. But that tanginess is balanced by that sweetness that's in it. It tastes like, it smells like sugared citrus to me, but in a fresh and aquatic way. And as it dries down, the fruity notes do start to settle, and you start to pick up more of the musk and more of the florals that are in it. I wouldn't say say it's overly clean or soapy, but it does have that freshness to it to where it's just very refreshing in warmer weather. I think it has like a lily of the valley floral note, and that's like a fresh, almost waxy floral in a sense to my nose. You get more of that in the dry down, and I do think that's when you start to pick up a bit more on that zestiness. It's like you zested the peel of the orange as well once it starts to settle, but it's still really nice. The fruitiness is still there. It just blends more with some of the other notes when it starts to dry down. I love this, and it has pretty good longevity as well. I'd say about 6 hours, which is really good for a citrus scent. If you know, you know. Citrus fragrances typically don't last all that great. I'm not a big citrus fragrance person, but the fact that the orange is tropical and sweet, I think that's what makes it work for me. So if you don't like citrus fragrances but the description sounds good to you, I'd say still give it a try. You might end up surprising yourself like I was surprised. I don't smell anything in it that smells marine. I don't know if that was the intention or not, but I'm glad that I don't.